Most women over 50 have been told a quiet and dangerous lie, that once menopause arrives, intimacy, desire, and self-care simply fade away. That after a certain age, pleasure doesn't matter, and the body no longer needs what it once craved. But here's the shocking truth: neglecting your intimate health after 50 doesn't just affect your sense of pleasure. It can quietly accelerate aging, weaken your pelvic muscles, increase your risk for depression, heart disease, sleep problems, and even early cognitive decline. That is the hidden cost no one talks about, and it's why this message is too important to ignore. You deserve to know that your body isn't shutting down. It isn't broken. It isn't done. In fact, what you choose to do today can determine not just how you age, but how fully you live. For more than 2 decades, specialists around the world have seen the incredible transformation that happens when women rediscover intimate self-care. When they learn to reconnect with themselves. When they finally understand that intimacy is not just about sex, it is about circulation, hormones, emotional healing, and quality of life. There is a dangerous myth that many women believe, that stepping away from intimacy after menopause is natural and even healthier. But the truth is, your body still relies on touch, stimulation, and blood flow to stay strong. Regular intimate self-care is not indulgence, it is essential maintenance for your physical and emotional health. Today, I want to share 5 powerful intimate self-care secrets that most women discover too late. But if you start now, they can change the way you age, forever. Secret 1: Mindful touch restores sensitivity and prevents pain. Over the years, countless women in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s have quietly admitted, sometimes in embarrassment, that they no longer feel much sensation anymore. Some say they can only climax with intense stimulation. Others say they haven't felt anything for years and assume their body is broken. But their bodies aren't broken at all. They have simply been trained the wrong way. When touch is rushed, mechanical, or focused only on reaching an end goal, the nervous system becomes desensitized over time. The brain adapts and gets used to only one type of intense stimulation. As a result, gentle pleasure no longer registers. Sensitivity fades. Comfort disappears. Numbness grows. And eventually, many women begin avoiding intimacy, not because they don't want it, but because they feel disconnected from their own bodies. But here is the beautiful truth: your nervous system can relearn at any age. Your body is capable of waking up again. Mindful touch, the kind of slow, intentional, present touch that builds sensation, can retrain your nerves and restore pleasure. When you slow down and simply explore your own body without judgment or pressure, your nerve endings slowly reactivate. Blood flow improves. Sensitivity returns. And for many women, pleasure begins to feel natural again. This isn't fantasy, it's science. And it changes lives. Women in their 60s and 70s have rediscovered sensation they thought was gone forever. Not because they took a pill. Not because they used a machine. But because they learned how to reconnect with their bodies in a loving, mindful way. This isn't just about pleasure. It's about confidence. It's about dignity. It's about staying connected to the powerful, sensual woman inside you, no matter your age. Here's another truth most people never hear: when you stop touching your body begins to shut down. When circulation stops flowing to your intimate areas, those tissues begin to weaken. That brings us to secret 2: arousal protects your vaginal and pelvic health. Arousal is not just a feeling, it is a biological process that protects your body. When you experience arousal, blood flow moves into your pelvic region, carrying oxygen and nutrients to your intimate tissues. This keeps them soft, elastic, and healthy. Many women don't know that without regular arousal, the tissues of the vagina and clitoris begin to thin and shrink. Lubrication fades. Elasticity disappears. Pain begins. This is called vaginal atrophy, a silent condition millions of women suffer from without ever being told the cause. But here's the hope: it's reversible. When women begin reintroducing gentle self-touch, even a few minutes a day, things start to change. Lubrication comes back. Pain disappears. Pleasure returns. and confidence is restored. There is nothing dirty, shameful, or inappropriate about taking care of your body. Arousal is not sinful. It's not selfish. It is essential. Your body needs this circulation just as much as it needs walking or stretching. Ignoring intimate health is like ignoring your heart or bones. It slowly breaks down your quality of life. But nurturing it can add years, not just to your life, but to your joy. In part 2, we dive deeper into what truly holds women back, not biology, but emotion. Because shame and silence have damaged women more than any hormone ever could. And the final secret reveals something shocking, the hidden key to preserving not just intimacy, but your long-term health and independence. Stay with me. What comes next may change everything. Before we continue, if you're listening right now, it means you already understand something most people never realize. Intimate health doesn't end with age. It evolves. And it deserves care, attention, and love, just like every other part of your body. Now, in the first part, we uncovered 2 essential truths. First, that sensitivity can be restored through mindful touch. Second, that arousal is vital medicine that protects your intimate and pelvic health. Now, we go deeper, into the emotional weight carried by millions of women, and into the final secrets that determine not just pleasure, but long-term health, balance, and independence. For so many women, the greatest barrier to intimacy is not physical decline, it's emotional silence. And that leads us to the next truth. Letting go of shame heals your mind and spirit. There are women, strong, loving, intelligent women, who have raised families, survived hardship, built lives of wisdom and experience, yet still carry quiet shame about their own bodies. Many were raised to believe that pleasure was sinful. That intimacy was only for youth. That self-touch was dirty. That desire was something to hide. These messages didn't disappear over time, they buried themselves deep inside. Shame is not just a feeling. It is a form of self-rejection. It lives in your nervous system, tightening your muscles, raising your stress hormones, disrupting your sleep, and suppressing joy. It convinces you to disconnect from your own body, from your own emotions, and sometimes even from love. But something extraordinary happens when shame begins to lift, when a woman finally allows herself to feel without judgment, touch without guilt, breathe without hiding. Her entire body begins to heal. I once heard a woman say, "I didn't know how heavy shame was until I put it down." When she began practicing simple steps, placing a hand on her own heart, breathing, reconnecting with her body, her energy changed. Her face softened. Her mind cleared. Because when you reclaim your body, you reclaim your life. You are never too old to feel. You are never too old to heal. And you are never too old to experience deep, soul-level joy. But emotional healing is only part of the story. The body also relies on chemistry, your hormones, to keep you balanced, energized, and alive. And that brings us to the next truth. Intimacy balances your hormones and helps preserve your vitality. Most women are told that once menopause hits, hormones simply vanish and nothing can be done. But that is not true. Your body still produces powerful hormones, oxytocin, dopamine, and endorphins, that keep you young in more ways than one. These hormones are released naturally through intimacy, especially through touch, pleasure, and orgasm. Oxytocin lowers stress, calms the heart, and deepens emotional connection. Dopamine increases motivation, happiness, and mental clarity. Endorphins reduce pain and boost mood. Without them, cortisol, the stress hormone, rises too high, leaving you tired, tense, emotionally flat, and disconnected from joy. Many women believe they are just slowing down, when in reality, their nervous system is starving for hormonal balance. You still have access to these healing hormones, but only if you choose to stimulate and nourish your intimate health. And now, we uncover the final secret, one most women never hear until it's too late. Pelvic function is a use it or lose it system. The pelvic region is like any other part of the body. If you stop using it, it weakens. The pelvic floor muscles support your bladder, posture, lower back, and organs. When they weaken, problems begin: urine leakage, pelvic pressure, loss of pleasure, lack of lubrication, and decreased sensitivity. Without regular arousal and orgasm, blood vessels shrink, nerve endings become less responsive, and the clitoris can even retract over time from lack of circulation. This isn't permanent, but it does require action. Just like exercise keeps your heart strong, intimacy keeps your pelvic region healthy. Every time you experience arousal or orgasm, your pelvic muscles contract and release. This is exercise for your intimate health. Blood flow increases. Nerve signals fire. Lubrication improves. Strength builds. You become more responsive. More alive. More confident. This is not about youth, it is about maintenance. And maintenance is power. So now comes the moment of truth. You have a choice. You can accept the quiet decline that society falsely tells you is normal. Or you can decide that your health, your energy, your pleasure, your radiance, not only matter, they are worth protecting. Because your intimate health is not separate from your overall health. It is woven into your vitality, your confidence, your mental clarity, and your independence as you age. Imagine yourself 10 years from now. Do you want to feel strong, flexible, emotionally alive, and connected to your body? Do you want to walk without fear of leakage, sleep deeply, smile more, and feel calm and confident in your skin? That future is still available to you. But it begins now, with the simple decision to care for your intimate health the same way you care for your heart, your bones, and your mind. You deserve to feel alive. You deserve to enjoy your body at every age. You deserve connection, whether it is with someone else or simply with yourself. Your journey is not over. It is just beginning. And your body is waiting for you to come home to it, with love, with courage, and with pride.